keep on going. Like people, I was supposed to be a high school dropout.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I wasn't supposed to be here. That wasn't the life that people saw out for me.
Yeah.
And I had to make it.
Your actions were planning out to be.
Exactly. So God made a way for me, and at the same time you gotta work with what you got.
Always.
So everybody has their own skill set, and I took my skill set and I ran with it.
Yeah.
And here I am now, man, and I'm proud to say it. I'm proud to be where I'm at.
You beat the odds, brother.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
All right, guys. So
give me the countdown. Give me the countdown. Give me the countdown. Hey, everybody got their drinks? You good over there?
Their drinks ready.
Hey, Jimmy, you good over there in the back?
Everybody's got
Chad,
all
you
that
good
energy.
there? Stephanie, okay, good.
Woo.
Marcus.
You're loud.
It's a
bro.
packed crowd, man.
Nice. Yeah.
Got a good audience here,
Yeah,
man.
Instagram doesn't know that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Recording.
Yeah, we're good to go.
Sound on. Recording in 5,
Woo.
4, 3, 2.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Energy Podcast. I'm your host, Brian Landeros. And for those barely tuning in for your first time, the purpose of this podcast is to provide a platform for my guests to be able to share their perspectives, share their stories, share their losses, share their wins in mission that we hopefully touch one person and make them, change the lifestyle, get up and start doing what they need to be doing and really just, energize their life.
That's what it's all about, man.
You know what I mean?
Hell
Now that I
yeah.
got that out of the way, let me introduce my guest, Big Michael Ragsac. What's going on, baby?
Hey, man, it's good
How
to
you
be
doing,
here,
man?
I'm happy
Thank
to be
you for
here,
coming
man.
by, man. And I know we got to start off in a little
yeah.
hey, cheers.
There we go. Cheers. There we go.
Brand promotion.
Yeah.
Get that energy in there.
Hey, so the other day I was actually seeing on your Instagram story, you really like the Bang.
Oh, man, I love Bang,
know?
man. I have one at least once a day, man. So, Bang, if you're seeing this, y'all need to sponsor me or the military or something, because that's all we drink out here, man.
Or energy, guys.
Or
whatever,
energy, yeah.
any
Them
of
too.
those
They
works
need
out.
some Bangs over here, man.
Dude, so how you been, man? How's everything going for you?
It's great, man. Just living life, working, spending time with the girlfriend.
Nice,
So
nice.
it's great, man. Yeah.
That's good, man. How's for those that don't know, tell us a little bit about what you do for work, bro.
Yeah, so I'm in the Army National Guard. My rank is a specialist. I've been in about 5 years now. So I got it's kind of confusing. I got
Right.
two different jobs.
Okay,
So
okay.
My MOS in the National Guard is military policeman.
Oh, cool.
So I do military police. That's 1 week in a month,
Okay.
and then I'm also employed full time with the National Guard, working
Right on,
for an
right on.
at-risk youth program up in near Long Beach.
Okay, cool.
So yeah,
So how's that, man? How do you like doing that?
it's great, man. I'm basically like a drill sergeant for
Okay.
16 to 18-year-old at-risk youth.
Okay.
They all come from the inner city, all the way from San Diego to the LA area. So we get kids from all over, Compton, Watts, all that stuff, man.
Nice, man. That's intense. So
Yeah.
for those that don't know, what does at-risk youth mean?
At-risk youth, so high school dropouts, kids who are deficient in high school credits, they might have some disciplinary issues,
Right.
Kids involved with gangs, things like that.
Got
So,
it.
yeah, man.
Got it. I mean, that
Knuckleheads.
kind of. It fits perfect, bro. Looking back, how we were when
Oh,
we were young.
man. Yeah, man. We were wild when we were younger, man.
Nice, yeah, and it's just crazy how life progresses and you start realizing different perspectives, different views that really just kind of spark a light in your mind, and you're like, whoa, maybe I need to stop doing that and start doing a little bit of that,
Yeah, man.
What I wanted to ask is growing up, man. I've known you since elementary school. Shout out Thurgood
Fourth
Marshall.
grade, man.
You always, in a way, knew that you wanted to do military.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
remember to this day, bro, when we were kids, you knew you wanted to be in the
Yeah.
military. What was those influences? What influenced you to want to be in the military?
Man, I could remember all the way back to kindergarten, man.
Yeah.
I remember my principal in kindergarten asking me when I grew up in Paradise Hills, she was like, "Oh, what do you want to be when you grow up?" And I was like, "I want to be a Marine." She said, "Oh, make sure when you're a Marine, you come back here, and you visit us." And I think it just goes back to my childhood, man. I had two sides of my childhood. It was crazy. I had all my uncles who were gang banging, and
I remember.
I had my grandfather who was a veteran, 20-year veteran of the Navy and in law enforcement, and then eventually in 4th grade, my mom joined the National Guard too, and then my uncle was in the Army. So it was almost in my blood, man.
Yeah.
I remember when my uncle was deployed to Iraq when it first kicked off, man, and I just remember thinking that was so cool, man. Just seeing my uncle in a uniform and just looking up to him, man.
Yeah.
And then my cousin too. My cousin, man, he used to tell me about the Marines all the time. 'Cause his dad was a Marine.
Right.
And I didn't know anything about the Marines. I just knew the Army. And so he showed me about the Marines. I was like, oh, that's sick, man.
Yeah,
and
bro.
like
Fuck
we
yeah.
would go around with the little toy guns and like go around and play soldier and stuff.
Yep.
So I think my cousin was like the biggest influence because I looked up to him. He was older, so.
And then growing up, I mean, do you think that in between the branches, there's certain people that fall under those branches? Like, oh yeah, that guy's a Navy guy. This guy's definitely could be a Marine. Oh, that guy's Army. You think it has to do anything with like the type of person that you are that really kind of like chooses where?
Oh,
path they wanna
definitely,
go?
man. I noticed that in the kids I work with. You know, the kids I work with, I'll look at them and I'm like, oh, you know what? You look like you'd be perfect for the Navy. I could tell, you know, you want adventure, you want to travel the world.
Right.
You know, you like to have fun because the Navy cats I know, they're out there having fun, partying, drinking. That's what they do in the Navy,
Yeah.
you know. And
Hey,
then
can you guys fix the screen, please?
and then the kid that I see is like a hard charger. You know, he's all about that structure and discipline, and
Yeah.
he wants to get down and dirty. I'm like, you know, you might make a good Marine.
Mm.
You know, and that kid who's kind of in between, I'm like, you know, you'd be a good soldier. I think, you know, you want to explore more, and you know, you want to get down and dirty too. But at the same time, you know, you want to explore different avenues. I think the Army would be for you. So I think every branch has something different to offer to different personalities, you know. So yeah, definitely different personalities would match up with different branches, I believe.
So if I'm hearing correctly, you're basically in the melting pot of all that, right? And everybody goes there to basically kind of straighten out what they're gonna do and how they're gonna disperse.
Yeah, man. As far as the kids go,
Yeah.
So myself, I'm a graduate of that program.
Yeah.
So
I actually saw you posted those pictures from not too long. Well, I mean, now what was it, like 5 years ago now?
yeah, it's been
That's
like 6
crazy,
years.
huh?
I went there when I was 16. I spent my 17th birthday in there. And it's a 5.5 month program. So you live there. Like, you're living there. You're getting screamed at by, like, we call them Cadre. They're like drill sergeants,
Right.
which is what I do now. But basically, these, like myself as a at-risk youth, I guess you could say, like, I was like close to dropping out of high school, man. Like,
Oh, no way.
I had straight Fs. I was cussing out my teachers. Just not giving a fuck. Like, you remember, man.
Yeah,
Like,
I was gonna say, I was like, don't let anybody get you in the wrong spot or piss you off, because I mean, look at you, bro. You're a skyscraper. You have short temper
Nah,
at
man.
times. It's
Bad-
not a bad combination.
I'm a gentle giant, like I say. But
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? If it comes to protecting somebody or protecting my passion, I guess you could say. And if anybody gets in the way of my success, then
Right.
of course I'm gonna I'm gonna say what's on my mind.
No, of course, and that's actually something we were talking about earlier. You know, you're very outspoken, and growing up,
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
you'd get in trouble for that. You know.
Yeah, dude, I had to learn throughout the years, man, especially growing up. Like, one thing I learned when I was a cadet in that program was, one of my mentors, his name's Sergeant First Class Sullivan, taught me when to's, man. Like, there's a time to be silly and to be outspoken,
Right.
and there's a time to be professional. You know what I'm saying? There's a time for everything.
Yeah,
You know, you can't always
definitely.
be that person. You know, you got to know when to turn the switch on and off. So that's something I had to learn growing up to help myself be successful. So, you know, I wouldn't get caught up and in trouble so much.
And that's actually something that a lot of people can, actually take advice from, because a lot of people don't know how to exert their anger, or, really just
Yeah.
kind of, say what they want to say in a way where they're not going to sound conflictive and, upset the other party.
Yeah.
So what would you say, and what would you advise people on to basically kind of get their when-tos down?
Man, just keeping if you're at work, and you have a job to do, that should be your main priority. That's your main mission.
Yeah.
Keeping it professional, knowing that there's a job to do and there's some things you can and cannot say at work. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
And when you're interacting with people you might not know, you want to, first impressions is everything.
Oh,
So
of course,
if you're
definitely.
in the business of customer service, when you're coming across the public, you want to address them the right way. And then, when you're with your friends, wild out, do your thing.
Definitely.
But
That's your boys. That's your people.
but to a certain
definitely.
extent, you don't want to get in trouble or nothing. And this
No,
is stuff I
no,
teach the
no,
kids
No, not at
all the time. Like, hey, it's okay to be this way. That's who you are. You should never forget who you are. But when it's time to work, it's time to work. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
definitely.
So
No, and that's exactly how I am. I mean, I'm in a customer service type of business, and for me, meeting people for the first time, I mean, besides the fact that I'm gonna get them in the biggest debt of their life, like I gotta talk to them in a way where we're gonna meet halfway, and I'm not gonna be like a dick to them. I'm not gonna try to over sell the stuff that I need to tell them. But for me, bro, it's honestly just like we're doing right now. Like I'm just gonna have a conversation with you. I'm just gonna talk. We're gonna get through this. And when I got in this, bro, like I didn't know anything about it, right? So I had to learn it in a way where it's gonna make sense to me. So I can only imagine when someone's across the table trying to explain to them everything. So it's like it all takes time and place, and you got to be able to deliver what you want to say in the right way in order to get the the responses that you want. Because
definitely.
I think the most critical thing is saying what you want to say, saying it the wrong way, and the people getting it the wrong way.
Right,
And then the people are like, oh shit, like is this are we trying to start something here? Yeah.
Definitely. And that's something I've noticed and learned working with at-risk youth, man, because some of them are real hot-headed. Like some kids aren't used to being yelled at. You know what I mean? Some kids aren't used to being yelled at, and when you yell at them, they get a certain way. They come from the streets, so it's like, oh, you come at me this way, you're disrespecting me now.
Yeah, definitely.
And so I kind of had to learn, because in the military, you get yelled at. It's a normal thing, and you're just you gotta stand there and be like, oh yes, Sergeant, and just accept it. So coming from that, because I was that shithead kid once upon a time, and I don't know, I kind of knew, like, I guess our generation, we were more accepting of like orders. I don't know, like respecting our elders, I guess.
Definitely.
So when I'm talking to these kids, when I first started as a younger, newer cadre, I started when I was.
Were you a high
21. Yeah, I was like rah rah rah, like super drill sergeant, right? And then I realized that these kids weren't responding to that. They're like, oh, I'm being disrespected right now, and it would just cause this big outburst. So I'm like, you know what? Sometimes you have to approach a situation a little bit differently to get the result that you want. You got to talk, like if it means talking to somebody and bringing your tone down, and that's what you got to do. You got to be able to work with different situations and different people.
And I'm glad you said that. You got to exactly know how to talk to them, because you don't know what words you say that doesn't resonate in that person, and they're ready to start conflict, because you don't know who's going through what backgrounds people come from. So you don't know what spots you're touching in the person that might light them up.
Exactly, bro.
So that's that's a big accomplishment, because a lot of people to this day don't know how to handle their emotions. Don't know how to handle their their anger. And they go on and do something stupid because of the rage.
Yeah, man. Like, I mean, it's okay to be outspoken, but
yeah, of course, we need people like that. As a matter of fact.
Yeah, but like, if you're realizing that something you might have said is gonna trigger somebody, that's when you gotta kind of think about what you're saying.
And I mean, and we all have that ability to know how you say something and how it resonates in the other person, because right off the bat you see how they take it.
Yeah.
So it's like. Yeah. After that, if you keep doing it, now you're being an asshole.
Yeah,
you
definitely.
Know what I mean?
Yeah,
like if you know his pressure points and you keep staggering at them, like, motherfucker, you're a dick.
Yeah, now you're just being a dick. You're not even trying to help that person.
No, not at all.
So,
no, not at all.
Yeah.
Nice.
So there's a fine line between like we like to call it motivation. When we're screaming at somebody, it's like we're trying to motivate you. We're trying to get you going. Right. And drill sergeants will say some pretty hurtful things, but like not it's to break you down to build you up. You know what I mean? So
it's constructive criticism.
Right. Yeah.
Sometimes you have to learn how to take that, because if not, like, dude, out in the real world, it's cold, baby. Like, they're gonna tell you shit that you don't like. Some people aren't gonna fuck with you. Not everyone's gonna fuck with you.
Yeah, man. There's haters everywhere. I tell these kids all the time, I'm like, I'm here. I want to hurt your feelings while you're here. I want to say something that'll like get you like hot, because when you get out into the real world, when you leave this program, somebody's gonna piss you off, or something's gonna happen in your life where life is gonna be like, it's gonna drop a bomb on you, and I want you to know how to react to it. I want you to know how to respond to it, because if I don't hurt your feelings, somebody else is gonna do it.
Oh yeah, no doubt,
you know
doubt
what I mean?
about it. And you got to know how to handle your emotions more than anything. That's
as a young man.
thing. Exactly, bro.
Especially as a young man. I remember being a young man, just fucking didn't give a fuck what I said, man.
I mean, who the fuck is gonna tell you anything, bro? You're like 6'6". Like
gentle giant,
gentle giants, guys, gentle giants. So switching subjects, bro. For us, and I mean, at least for me, routine is very crucial. And I can imagine that in the military, routine is
it's
crucial as well.
It's everything.
So what's your routine like, man? What does that look like when you're from waking up to shut down?
Man, my days are pretty long, so. My work just consists already around routine. Everything is routine. You know what I mean? So I'd say I start my day. I wake up. You know, I brush my teeth, get ready. You know what I'm saying?
You
And
better brush your teeth,
yeah.
motherfuckers.
Yeah, brush your teeth. Good hygiene is one of them.
Yeah.
You know, I make myself some breakfast, and then I typically work out at work with the kids because
Right.
I work in the afternoon, and we'll take them on runs. We'll work
Mm-hmm.
out. So I don't really like to get my workout in before the day. I don't want to be tired before I go into work.
Yeah.
And I'm already running around all over the place. So, you know, I'll get my uniform, head out the door, go to work, and I just try and tell myself, you know, like, make a difference today. You know, I'll tell myself, you know, you're here to change lives, you know, whatever it is. I might not have the best day going on. I might feel sluggish and like I'm not ready to go into work, but you know, I got to put that face on because it's not fair to them. You know, it's not they need somebody to motivate them because somebody in their life was telling them that they're not good enough or they're, you know, they're worthless or whatever because of the situation that they were in. And that's probably what dug them deeper into, you know, dropping out of high school or something like that. So,
of course,
you know, I want to be that positive light, but at the same time, be stern and strict.
Like tough
you know
love.
Tough love, yeah. So, yeah, my routine is is the same. I just wake up, eat breakfast, get ready for work, and work gives me that routine.
Yeah.
The Army is like, if I didn't
it's already a routine.
Yeah, if it wasn't for the Army, man, I don't know if I'd have a routine, dude, to be honest. I'd be like I'm grateful for the Army giving me a routine.
But that's good because a lot of people don't have routines. And like for me, I'm like, I gotta have a routine. I gotta have a plan. I gotta have like, you know, my calendar, my schedules, because if not, then I'm like running around not knowing what I'm gonna do. You know what I mean? And then I'm trying to figure out stuff what to do, and it never works out. So I'm like, if I have everything planned, I'm like, bam, 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 cool, done.
Exactly.
You know, and it's rewarding, slashing off, you know, those tasks off my list. I keep a journal with me at all times. And I journal a lot because it just keeps me focused, lets me know what I did for the day, lets me know what I need to do for the day. And I'm actually going to pause for a little bit. Everybody that's listening on live Instagram, please, you know, we're going to sign off now. So make sure that you catch us on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, or anywhere that you like to get your streaming in. So with that being said, all right, back to the conversation.
Let's do it.
So I'm big on routines because like for me, it's like I start with the gym in the mornings and I go in the morning very early because that's what gets me going. Right?
Hell yeah.
And there's never a time I leave the gym and I'm like, I don't want to do nothing. I'm pumped. I'm ready to go and I'm ready to start my day.
Hell yeah.
So I really, really, really emphasize, guys, that we got to have a routine because if you don't have a routine, you're basically planning to fail. You know?
Exactly. So, another thing, I remember as a young cadet, my very first day when I went to the academy, I remember sleeping we laid into our bunks and my mentor, Sergeant First Class Sullivan, he was a staff sergeant at the time.
Right.
He was walking up and down the barracks, and I remember how this always stuck with me, and I tell the kids this. The first thing he told us was, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And I was just man, that just sat with me, and I'm like, damn, this whole time in high school, I was never planning for nothing. You know, like, I knew what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to be in the military.
But you didn't have that roadmap.
I didn't. I was just like, I was expecting things to almost fall in my lap. Like, oh, it's the military. I'll get in there.
Yeah,
but you need a fucking high school diploma to get in the military. And I wasn't.
They take everybody.
Yeah, they take everybody, but I wasn't nowhere near that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, routine and planning is definitely a big one. Having your, you know, your ducks laid in a row or whatever.
Yeah.
Man.
As long as you even have a little plan, man, like, you know, like just have a set of roadmaps so that you're actually moving forward and not trying to scramble everywhere, trying to figure out how you're going to move forward, you know? And that's just crazy how people just go about it without like having any like planning or anything like that.
I never understood that.
You know,
man.
it's like a chicken running with his head cut off.
Yeah,
that's literally what I could think about.
Honestly, that's probably one of my pet peeves is like people who don't know their direction almost.
No, yeah. But I mean, like, I feel like it goes back to, at least for me, in my opinion, it goes back to the environment that you grew up in. Because if your influences growing up weren't doing, you know, things that are going to inspire you or influence you or motivate you in the right way, then it's going to be very hard for you to, you know, try to figure it out on your own once you're older. Because, dude, for me, it's like the base of your learning comes from your parents and your young influences, you know?
Yeah, man.
Because that's your first school, bro. After that, once you're in school, then you start getting everybody else's influences, the people that are around you, your friends and stuff like that. But the core of it all comes from home, bro. Yeah. Straight up.
It all comes from your upbringing, man. And that's something that I also see in the kids is like, damn, you could really tell how these kids' parents are, you know what I mean? Like, where they came from. So, like, the sense of entitlement and everything like that.
And that's actually something that I was looking at your story again, man. The other day, you said you were at the gym, right? If I'm not mistaken, 24 hours. 24 hour. Shout out 24 hour. Bam. And you really were passionate about what you were saying about these motherfuckers thinking that they're hot shit, bro. So I'm just gonna let you go on that.
Yeah. So man, I've worked out at 24 Hour Fitnesses up north mostly because that's where I live now in Orange County. And sometimes LA, and I've gone to like the 24 hours in the hood of LA. You know, like I was walking through Carson 24 Hour Fitness not too long ago, and this dude like had 18th Street just fucking blasted on his back, just like air drying his shit out in the open.
Someone try me.
And I'm like, damn, son, like I'm just trying to put my bag down, like don't hurt me, please, like, you know.
Hey, gentle giant.
Yeah. And so and you know, and then when I work out there, I don't have that feeling of like anybody trying to one up anybody.
Yeah.
Everybody's just kind of doing their own thing, and you know. I grew up around gangsters, you know what I'm saying? And some of the hardest dudes I know are the humblest, you know what I'm saying? They don't have anything to prove to anybody, you know? It's sometimes the quietest dude you got to look out for.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Are plotting.
Yeah. And so something I noticed that was different when I went to 24 Hour Fitness here in Chula Vista, you know, just being away from Chula Vista for a while, is like, dude, I walked in and I could feel the energy. Like it was just,
I'm big on energy, so I know exactly what that feels like.
You just smelled it, you know, like I walked in there and I just like, it just felt like douchebag energy everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Right. And like, I'm looking at these cats, like some of them probably weighing like 120 pounds soaking wet, like chest out, like,
don't fuck with me, bro.
Yeah, don't fuck with me. Like, look at
my 120 pounds.
Like, get the fuck off my bench, you know, like, and I'm like, dude, come on, man. Like, you're not impressing anybody, to be honest. Like, just come in the gym and do your thing, you know. And then I saw girls walking around with like crop tops on, thinking they're Instagram models.
Oh my goodness!
I'm like,
don't even get me started on that.
Like,
bro.
did you come here to work out,
or did you come here to get
show
fucking eyes all over you?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
What I'm saying? And so like, I'm like, come on, man. Like, this is just a whole bunch of egos going around, and I'm like, when you come to the gym, leave your fucking ego at the door.
No, like, definitely, bro.
You know, like nobody's here to one up one another. Nobody's
We're here to get better.
Yeah, that's what the gym is for. Is to better yourself. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want to make other people uncomfortable.
No,
you know what
definitely.
I mean? And not that I was uncomfortable when I was in there, because I just do my thing.
Always,
you know what I'm saying?
Of course, as you should.
But I like to watch people. I'm a people observer, so I'm watching these people. I'm
Kudos,
like, dude,
I agree, bro.
I'm like, dude, you think you're fucking hard? Like, you're not scaring nobody, guy. And so I did not like the energy in there, you know. And I've worked out I typically work out at Huntington Beach 24 Hour. Okay. And you would think like Huntington Beach, like, you know, beach bodies and like douchebags, right? I never get that vibe there, because everybody just kind of does their thing.
Maybe you became a douchebag yourself and you don't even know.
Oh shit, man, damn. Damn.
Like, shit, you're fucking right.
Alternate universe.
Oh damn, that's crazy, man. So I mean, you touched on another subject. You said egos, man. That's the biggest thing for me. You know, not the biggest, but one of the biggest things for me is just like your ego, because that motherfucker will like hold you, and make you feel like you're entitled to everything, man. You know, and then and if you carry yourself with like that mentality that everything's supposed to be given to you, bro, like you're gonna fail, and you're gonna fail.
That's right.
And you're not gonna like it, because you think that you're not supposed to fail. But in matter of fact, change your fucking attitude.
Yeah, dude.
Get that shit straight, and motherfucker, you'll see how things start changing for you.
Exactly, man. And that's something I'm noticing in this newer generation is like they want it now. They want it fast.
Talk about entitlement and instant gratification.
Exactly,
man.
Because, you know, this is the social media generation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And these kids are so used to being on their phone and like immediately, like they get everything now. Like you could literally Postmates food to your house and you'll get it right now. You don't gotta move.
Uber and Lyft, motherfucker.
Uber
like, you don't
and
have
Lyft.
to do what?
Like as a kid, we had to walk everywhere,
But
man. Like,
I still remember walking these streets as a little kid,
dude,
bro. I still do.
And I barely see kids out walking.
Bro, the other day we were playing at Sebastian's house, right? And we were outside kicking the ball. And it was pretty late already, right?
Yeah.
And we were just kicking the ball. Some guy comes out. He's like, hey, what are you guys doing out here? I'm like, hey, man, we're just kicking the ball, playing, bro. He's like, do you guys live here? I'm like, yeah, my boy lives right here. Okay. Yeah. He's like, wow. I've been living here for over 10 years, and I haven't seen kids play ever. Like, he's like, this is kind of weird. He's like, y'all continue on doing your thing, and, like, you know, keep, like, go ahead. Like, and I'm just like, damn, is it that rare to see people out playing? Because I come from playing outside all the time. Like, my mom had to yell at the freaking door, be like, Brian, where the fuck are you? Come back home, you know?
Yeah.
That's or go knocking on everybody's door, like, hey, you want to come play? Hey, you want to come play? And just run around the neighborhood, do like kid stuff.
That shit trips me out, man, that kids don't know how to get out the house no more, man.
Dude,
like,
and they're stuck to this right here, bro.
Yeah.
Right here playing the Fortnite, playing the motherfucking, like, I don't know, Call of Duty, bro. I could never get into that.
Nah, man.
Like, I'm not going to say I never got into that. I just don't have the patience to waste my time sitting down, playing a video game for countless hours, because I'm just like, bro, I'm frying my brain bored. And I'm doing nothing like productive here.
Yeah, I got like ADD. I gotta be all over the place, bro.
I'm like, oh shit, is that a squirrel over there?
Yeah. You get me on a video game, bro. I'm like, dude, like, when's this? are we done yet? You know, but man, like. Yeah, like kids, I noticed they have a difficult time communicating with people because they're so used to communicating through social media or talking on the phone and not having a face-to-face. You know what I'm saying? And it's taking a toll on our generation, man.
Definitely.
Like, it's like, how do you expect these newer generations to hold a job if they can't communicate face-to-face?
No, that's actually really, really crucial that you said that because, like, for me, man, I try to go talk to people.
Yeah.
You know, even when I go to Starbucks, when I go to the store, like,
and they probably look at you like you're weird, huh? They're
yes,
like,
yes.
Why is he
this
talking
guy?
to me
Why
right
is
now?
he asking me how my day is?
Yeah,
who does that nowadays? You know, like, but that's
know
just
you.
who I am, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I want to connect with someone I don't know.
Right,
I want to see what they're about because, you know, that's how you freaking grow as a person, man.
Yeah, man.
Like, for me, I can always learn something from anyone, you know,
Yeah.
whether it's good, bad, like, it doesn't matter, but you can always learn from someone. So it's like for you to just be on your phone stuck and, like, you know, going about things that you shouldn't, like, I'm like, what? Like, why? Like, I'm like, bro, you got to go out there and talk to people because at the end of the day, everything that we do is people to people related, bro. Like, you know, but I guess, like, now with the social media and all that stuff, everything just gets automated. And I guess that's the norm now in our, like, I guess, society. But, I mean, for me, it's what does it still is this right here, bro.
Right.
Like, this right here
man.
will never get old for me.
No, hell no.
You know what I mean? Like, this is my passion. Literally sitting down, talking, connecting, and see where we could relate.
Exactly.
Oh, bro,
Exactly.
100% all day.
Agree, 1,000%, man.
Right.
Like, it's crazy because, like, I think people have this idea that they know somebody through social media.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I see you all the time on social media.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like
you're almost connected to them in a way, but you're really not.
I have a bunch of friends who have never met my girlfriend, but they're like, I feel like I know her. Like, when they meet her, like, I feel like I know you because I see you on Mike's story all the time. And I'm like, that's crazy to me.
True.
Like, yeah, right. Shout out to my girlfriend.
Hey, shout out to Mike's girlfriend.
But yeah, man. I just feel like this newer generation needs to put the phone down and really get out and just have some fun, man, and interact with people. Because I get kids who come to the academy. We take away they leave their phone at home with their parents for 22 weeks. So that's big, dude, for this generation. Because some kids can't fucking live without their phone for 5 seconds.
Yeah,
you know, like, oh, where's my phone at? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, they're constantly checking, and like after they leave the academy, it's like they know how to live without it.
Yeah,
now,
which is, I think that's an amazing skill. Because, I mean, nowadays you could literally run a business through your phone.
Dude,
you could do anything through your phone.
You have everything on your phone.
It's ridiculous,
everything.
man.
It's insane.
Ridiculous. And then even when we were growing up, we got to grow into it because we saw it develop. Right. So in a way, we still have, like, I feel like our generation is at the middle point of it all. So we still have these old morals, but are still, you know, crazy, very well known to actually, you know, innovate and be able to, like, you know, get with the new stuff. You know,
it's crazy, man.
But
we like grew into that. Like, I remember when Instagram was not even like, it was. I remember the first time I downloaded Instagram, I thought it was just for filters.
Yeah.
And then, like, it was posting, and people were like, "Oh, I saw your Instagram." What are you talking about? I thought it was just for, like, I thought that was personal, like, for filters.
What do you mean you saw a picture?
Yeah, I was like, what? You know, but. And then it just blew up into this big thing now. Like,
it's like a community now, bro.
You can make money off Instagram.
Yeah, and the people are, bro. They're making millions of dollars off of Instagram, man. But the thing is, like, so this is what scares me, bro. So once social media, if it ever goes away, what's gonna happen to all those people that, you know, live off of social media, bro? You gotta go back to the regular days.
Like when Vine stopped.
Like, exactly.
Who are these Vine people now?
They're either some of them adapted good and made well connections to grow.
Yeah.
Others just, like, later
fell
like,
off,
done.
dude. Like, they couldn't create the same content anymore.
And that's what I feel like, you know, a lot of people gotta realize that you always gotta be, like, you know, innovating. You always gotta be looking for other ways to get better, to grow, you know, to expand your horizons. Because if you stick to the same thing and you get comfortable, I mean, I'm not saying comfortable is bad. Comfortable gets shit done. But for me, it's like, I can't be comfortable, bro, because I'm constantly trying to grow out of where I'm at.
Exactly.
Constantly keep elevating, constantly be challenging myself to keep growing, to actually know what the fuck I'm made out of.
Yeah, man. I tell you know, everybody all the time. In the military, we like to say, like, or comfortability will get you killed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you're comfortable in combat, you're going to get killed, dude. Like, if you're just, because the enemy's going to hit you.
Do that.
The enemy's going to hit you when you least expect it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you're comfortable and you're not on your toes, you know, dudes lose their lives. You know, I've never been in combat, but that's something they harp on, especially during training, is like, if you're kicking it and you're laying back and you're not training as you fight, then you know, that's the mentality you're going to carry into combat.
Yeah.
And I think the same thing goes for life. You know, if you're comfortable, you're gonna kill whatever motivation or growth that you have for your life. You know what I'm saying? If you're comfortable, if you're stagnant and you're not reaching for more, you're just gonna be stuck there. You know what I'm saying? There's no growth there. Like, why wouldn't you want to grow?
Exactly.
There's
point always.
the sky's the limit, man. It never stops. Like the only way is up. You know what I'm saying? So if you stay comfortable, I have a real problem with being comfortable. Like, I hate feeling comfortable. Like, I always feel like I should be doing more.
Yeah.
I always feel like I'm not doing enough. You know what I'm saying?
No, I totally agree on the. Yeah,
and I saw you on your other episode the other day. You're like, man, like I'm the hardest critic on myself.
I really am though. Like,
because
it's like, you know what? It might be good and bad, but dude, like, I don't know. I'm never content, which is kind of good and bad. I do. Celebrate my wins,
Right.
I like all that, but I don't let that just stop me, Okay, I got that win. Cool, let's keep bouncing. We got another one to get and another one to get, and it never stops.
Yeah, and that reminds me of my favorite quarterback, man, Tom Brady. Tom Brady.
Fuck Tom Brady.
This dude. Go Patriots. This dude, though, okay, Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, these guys always think they're going to lose. Every game, like, they could be up so much, but they still have
Belichick ass nigga, bro.
they still have this mentality like, oh fuck, we're losing,
even when they're winning,
and that's why they win, man. That's why they win games,
because they never let up, man. They're always like playing from behind, even though when they're on top, you never take your foot off the pedal.
Yeah, and people can say what they want about the Patriots, like they cheat and everything.
All right, bro. Look, I'll be honest. Look, they're a fucking solid team. Tom Brady's a great quarterback, but fuck them so much. I do like the Red Sox though, and it's kind of funny because Red Sox is my favorite baseball team, and they're both from Boston. Shout out Red Sox, bro.
I can't do Red Sox. I'll do the Patriots and Padres.
Yeah, I've always known that you've been Padres fan, bro, since I can remember those Padre hats all the time.
That's right, Padres, and I used to be a Chargers fan, man, but
I know.
I'm a deep rooted San Diego man. I love San Diego with all my heart. I got it tatted on my.
Hey, show it to the camera. Show it to the camera, bro.
I got the whole San Diego skyline right there.
Damn.
San Diego on my wrist. But that's how much I love this city, man, and I love seeing people come from our city be successful like yourself, man, and just like spreading that.
Man.
And I love just the San Diego push, man.
No, yeah, same with me, bro. Like, that's one of the reasons why I started this podcast, because we got so much talent, bro.
Oh, man.
There's so much people out there that really could just, make an impact in the community if they really just kind of stepped up.
San Diego is so untapped, man.
It is, bro. It really is.
Untapped.
And that's why I feel like it's up to us to keep pushing it out there to really grow it from within, bro. Because, bro, we're sitting on a gem, bro.
Dude.
And I feel like we're really, really, really slept on.
Oh, big time.
Big time, bro. Like, we
man.
got so much stuff. Our artists, business, just anything, life. Like, dude, we live in a beautiful city. It's ridiculous.
Everybody wants to come to San Diego, man.
Yeah, bro, but the house prices here, motherfucker, that shit is too expensive.
Yeah.
But, you pay for the lifestyle,
That's right.
You pay for the lifestyle, and I think it makes up because, I wouldn't, no disrespect to anybody that's living out in the middle of nowhere, but I wouldn't. That's for me, bro. I'm a people person, so I got to be around people. That's how I get my energy, bro. Like, through different people. Talking to different people, I get hyped, bro. Like, this right here, bro, this is getting me hyped. Like, that's my energy, like...
Hell yeah, man.
Shit.
I love it, man.
So let's touch a little bit more on a serious subject, bro. Growing up, I know we both had very, excruciating losses. What's that like, man? Like, some people don't grow up having those tough times, and it's really hard getting through that adversity when it's in the moment, What can you say about that?
Man, damn, that's... You really touched it. All right.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was when I lost my uncle, man, to cancer.
R.I.P. man.
And I know you lost your dad.
Yeah,
so,
lost my dad. Lost Christian.
Christian, yeah. It's hard, man. It's tough. It's you can't tell someone how to mourn. So
No.
I remember going through that, and people were being like, "Oh, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay," and I'm like, "No, it's not." And it might
fucking put it there, bro.
Yeah.
I know exactly.
And it might not ever be okay.
It's a constant battle every day.
Yeah, and you're always thinking about those people, man, and how much you miss them and how much you wish they could be here. But man, something I remember was sitting in the hospital room, my uncle, and him telling me, he's like, "I'm dying," and I was like, I just broke down, dude. I was crying, and I was like, "What am I supposed to do?"
Yeah, there's no words you could say.
Yeah, I was like, "What am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to live without you?" And he goes, "Just always remember me." And that's what I do every day. Is I just live my life remembering him and who he is and who he was and who he would want me to be.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, and just going through all that and dealing with loss, it still hurts.
Yeah,
you know,
no,
there's
to this day, there's always gonna be that little pain.
yeah, there's
right
nights
there.
I spend where I'm looking through pictures and videos and I'm bawling, dude. I'm crying. You know, and it hurts the same. You know, it hurts the same every time. You know, and
I hear you, man.
and you know, of course, life goes on, but you never want to forget about those people.
No, never, and you
and
never
who they
will.
were, and you never will, man. And just that, like I went through this deep depression, man, for a while.
No, I
dude.
understand. Trust me.
And it motivated me for a while, and then I hit this depression again. It's just like up and down.
Yeah, it's a roller coaster.
Yeah, definitely. And going, so like, dude, when my uncle passed away, I went through a breakup at the same time, like right after. And that shit
tricky, bro.
hurt, man.
Yeah.
Like one on top of the other. And then my mom deployed to Kuwait, and that had me worried too. So I just had, it's like life never stops throwing punches at you, man.
No, not at all, bro.
And life is gonna, like, if you don't know how to take on life is gonna make you its bitch.
Yeah, life will take you.
Exactly. So, like, you need to take on life. You know what I mean?
every
People,
day.
you need to fucking you need to wake up in the morning and, you know, look the devil in the face and say, you know,
Let's do this.
it's game time.
Yeah.
You know, it's my fucking house.
Yep.
You know, like, I'm gonna make you my bitch today.
Definitely.
You know,
bro.
and if you don't, then you know,
It's gonna make you.
it's gonna make you its bitch, man.
It's true. This is true, man. This
Yeah.
is true. Like, you can't go in life thinking that everything's gonna be okay, thinking that, like, you know, it's all gonna be fine and dandy, because life's not like that, man.
It's not.
And if it was easy, bro, everybody would be happy, everybody would be
Yeah.
successful, everybody would be jolly and, like, you know, having a good time. But no, motherfuckers are out here struggling. Motherfuckers are out here actually working, you know.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes we're at a disadvantages because some people really have nothing, bro.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely nothing, and
think about that all the time.
their only excuse is to get out of that, bro. And
Yeah.
they can't look back, bro, because
They
there is
can't.
nothing to look back.
No, man.
You know, so that's what makes me go even harder, bro. Because
Hell
it's
yeah.
like, bro, like, I have enough to be able to work, and some people don't have anything. They had to work to that, bro.
Exactly.
I'm just like, nah, I'm never gonna let that ever stop me from grinding, bro. Because
Right.
I'm like, dude, at the end of the day, I'm in control of my life.
Exactly.
No one could tell me what to do besides me, and
Yep.
no one's taking these decisions, you know,
Yep.
besides me.
Yep.
And then this another thing is like, are you in charge of your decisions, or are your decisions in charge of you?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
shit, like, it starts to, like, kind of like unfold
Yep.
on you, and you're like, fuck, maybe I should, you know, really slow down
Yeah.
on doing that and start doing
I think there
this.
comes a time in everybody's life where they wake up and they realize, fuck, I got to take charge of life right now. Like, I need to take over, you know, because, yeah, like I said, like, life will just, it'll throw you around, man. And it'll show you what's up.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, I remember when I lost Christian, that was tough, man, because, you know, like, growing up with him, like, he was my boy, being there with him all the time, and being with him up until the last day before he passed away. Rest in peace.
Yeah, definitely.
Bro, it's like, you don't even know what to say. I don't even know how to explain it. Just the feelings you get, like, it's horrible, bro. And I don't wish that upon anybody. Like, anybody.
It's the most frustrating feeling in the world, to be
Yeah.
honest, because it's like, fuck, man, you're gone. Like, oh, I just want to get you back.
Yeah,
like,
bro. And then you start to remember everything going back, and you're like, fuck, like, damn,
Yeah.
like, no more.
it's just like, I just remember wanting to sock a wall, dude.
Bro, I did.
Just like, yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I did, bro.
It's like, oh man, it's like, dude, you were here. Like, you were here a second ago.
yeah, literally.
And
I just said bye to you, bro. I was like, what?
Yeah, man. And it's like I just think of, like, I always tell myself, like, man, I wish heaven had visiting hours. You know what I mean? I wish I could just,
wish, bro.
I wish I could just
trust. I wish, man.
share just give me 5 minutes. Just give me 5 minutes, man. You know, to sit down with the one I lost.
Yeah, definitely, man.
You know?
Shit, you know, that's a tough subject right there. Dude, you know, a lot of people, you know, as we're doing what we're doing, you know, you and your career path, me and my path, you know, we come across a lot of doubters.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we
big
come
time.
across a lot of people that hate, that question
Big
what
time,
you do,
man.
you know?
Oh, man.
How do you handle that, man? Like, how do you go about that? You know, how do you, like shut down the noise, basically?
So you're never gonna please anybody.
Ever, bro.
You're
And
never
I
gonna make.
I don't strive to.
Exactly. I don't. And that's the thing. I don't either. You know.
Why?
If I'm gonna stay who I am, I'm gonna stay true to me always.
Always.
And if you don't like who I am, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So that's on you if you don't like who I am.
Right.
And I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. And who the fuck are you to tell me what's good for me?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Dude, yeah.
Like, you live your life and let me live mine.
Exactly.
And the true friends who really care about me and really support me are going to be the ones who are cheering me on.
Oh, of course.
You know what I'm saying?
And you see, as you start doing it, you start trimming the fat.
Yeah, big time.
You start
big time,
start letting go of people that you thought were with you, but really they're fucking throwing shade at you.
Yeah, man.
They're out there, man.
Behind your back or even to your face.
Even to your face. Exactly, man.
But like a good example I have is my buddy. His name is Beasley. This dude, he left the Army. He wanted to pursue acting. And he was on a Burger King commercial recently. You probably might have seen it if you watch a Burger King commercial.
Nice.
But this dude, he texted me this morning. He's like, hey, man, I just got into Yale. And I was like, what?
Fucking congrats.
Yeah,
man.
and I'm like, dude, like, and everybody in the Army hated on this guy so hard, dude. Like, who are you? Like, you think you're some kind of fucking actor or something? Like, you think you're going to make it or whatever? And I'm like, I told him, I was like, you see how people doubted you and you just took that shit and you showed them, dude.
You take that, you fucking take that fucking doubt from people and you fucking run with it.
It drives you, bro.
It gives you
that
fuel.
That shit fucking drives
Like, when I hear people talking behind my back, when I hear people talking shit, bro, I'm just on the contrary. Motherfucker, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm showing up every day.
Exactly.
I'm working towards something.
Exactly.
I have a vision. And unless you could fucking hack into my brain, there's no fucking way you know what I'm up to. Exactly. And I don't expect you to because I'm like, I'm doing this for me.
One of my favorite things, man, is proving people wrong. You know what I'm saying?
But in a humble way.
Oh, exactly.
You know
exactly.
what I mean?
Like,
Always.
I'm not going to throw it in. You're like, I proved you wrong.
Never.
You know?
I'd rather prove you wrong and let my work talk for it. Yeah.
Yep. And so, like, I remember growing up and all my aunties and stuff, they thought I was going to be the kid who ended up in prison or selling drugs or doing drugs or whatever because I was a bad kid.
No,
dude.
yeah,
like,
bro. Motherfucker, I know this.
Being in the principal's office every
Always,
day. And,
bro. I remember you just talk shit. Michael,
Oh,
go to the principal's office, please.
Yep.
Oh, fuck this shit. And you'd walk out, bro.
Man.
I remember.
Damn. Yeah. See what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so, like,
bro.
that was me as a kid. So, like, that was, I guess you could say, like, that was what I was destined for at that time.
Yeah.
And so being, like, successful now and, like, I pay all my own bills.
Yeah.
I got my own spot. You know, I do everything myself. I'm independent. I think, and even, you know, people have told my mom, like, oh, man, I never expected that from him, you know? And I love that, dude. And I keep on going, you know? Like, people... I was supposed to be a high school dropout.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I wasn't supposed to be here. That wasn't the life that people saw out for me.
Yeah.
You know, and I had to make
that
it.
your actions were planning out to be.
Exactly. So God made a way for me, and you know, at the same time, you gotta work with what you got.
Always.
So you know, everybody has their own skill set, and I took my skill set and I ran with it.
Yeah.
And here I am now, man, and I'm proud to say it. You know, I'm proud to be where I'm at.
You beat the odds, brother.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, and it's just crazy because, like, as we grow up and we start looking back at who we were, you really start seeing the things that you weren't doing right. You know, you kind of have, like, time to reflect. And I love reflecting because I'm like, wow, last year I was here. This year I'm over here. I'm like, wow, I'm moving forward rather than backwards or staying in the same place.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And it's just like, for me, I always got to ground myself because I feel like, you know, I'm one of those persons that gets really excited and I see out in the future, like, so far, I'm like, okay, I can see how it is, like, you know, big time. All right, cool. I already have it all planned out.
Right.
But then I got to slow down, come back,
I'm the same way.
build a foundation, and then grow it up to where I already see it. Exactly. You know, because I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I wanted it yesterday.
Yeah. Baby steps.
You know, babies.
Right?
Yeah, bro. And I'm so impatient sometimes that it's you know, it's a gift and a curse, but at the same time, a gift because I'm like always kind of like on the go. Like, I gotta do.
Exactly.
But you know, I'm grateful that I have a team around me, that I have a good friends around me that ground me, and they actually give me, you know, that advice to be like, yo, Brian, yes, but like, hey, let's slow it down. Let's create a plan and let's work towards it.
Dude, that's how my dad was, man. Like, when I was growing up, like, I'm like that too. I'm like thinking way ahead. Like, this is where I'm gonna be. Like, this is what I'm gonna do. And my dad's
how are you gonna get there?
Okay, yeah, how are you gonna get there? He's like, you need to write these things out. So I remember when I was trying to join the military, I was like, I knew what branch I wanted, all this other stuff. But my dad's like, did you even like check where the recruiting station was? Did you write down the phone numbers? Did you see what documents were required? Because my dad, he was all about preparedness.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like when I got my first apartment, my dad was like, you need this, this, and this ready, because you don't want to be that guy walking in there and they're like, you need this, this, and this, and then you're like scrambling around trying to get it. Like, find out first what you need and then come prepared. So like when I went for my first apartment, my dad helped me. He's like, this is what you're gonna need, this is what we're gonna ask for. So when I went there, they were like, oh, would you be ready to sign the lease, next week? I'm like, I'm ready to sign the lease right now. Like,
I got all my dogs.
I'm like, I already got the electricity set up,
Thanks,
the gas
Dad.
set up. Yeah. Oh, yeah, thanks, Dad. So, like, when I went there, oh, what? Like, you're ready right now? I'm like, let's do it.
That's really.
And that's just, that you always got to be a step ahead.
No,
you know what I'm
definitely.
saying?
But I feel like it takes a little bit to get that like mentality and that skill set,
It
because
does.
you got to kind of like fuck up a few times to be
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I know.
If it wasn't for my dad, I would have never thought of that.
No,
you know
yeah,
what
of
I'm
course you go in there, you're like, oh fuck yeah, I'll be
saying?
back next week.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Damn, that's crazy. So, bro, I mean, you live in an environment where I'm guessing it's a lot of stress for a lot of these people, going through what they're going through, putting themselves in the,
Super
situations that
stressful.
they're in. How do you think how do you deal with the stress, if any? How does that work out for you, man?
I try to find calmness in the chaos, man. I try to find calmness in the chaos because, especially in the environment I work with stressful personalities, they're already stressed out.
Yeah.
So the biggest thing is like, and it's me by myself with 50 kids.
Yeah.
With 50, 16, and 18-year-old kids.
At any point, these motherfuckers could be like, fuck this guy.
Exactly. Or like fight each other.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And so I try to find calmness in the chaos because if you become stressed along with the stress, it just increases.
Yeah.
Like everything just becomes more chaotic. It's like stressful people need someone to calm them down. And if, for example, like, my experience being a military policeman or in law enforcement is like, if you're the first one on scene in a chaotic situation and you're acting chaotic, they're going to act chaotic too. Cause like, oh, fuck, he doesn't know what he's doing. Like,
this shit's crazy. Everybody go crazy.
Yeah. And so, but if you show up and you're calm, like, hey guys, like what's going on? Let me like relax, and
we'll
they're like, okay, now they're like, okay, this guy
sense of relief,
and you know what I'm saying? So, that's a big thing for me is just, not trying to, make it bigger than what it actually is, and just taking a moment to just stop for a second and think and be like, okay, where's my Zen at? You know what I'm saying? Where's the Wusa? You know what I'm saying? So, just trying to find calmness in the chaos, man. I try to not stress so much because stress will kill you, man.
No, definitely. It's
Stress
like that little fucking nail stuck in your shoe that's just poking you every time you go through it.
Because life is already stressful, man.
It
Why
man.
add to it some more?
And then sometimes I feel like we add our own stress with little things, making it bigger than they are, man.
Yeah.
Like for me, I'm kind of like the person that kind of like, okay, whoa, let's take a step back.
Exactly.
Is there a solution to this?
Always.
Yes.
Always. That's the biggest thing for me.
Can I do this? Yes.
Exactly.
Then why the fuck am I gonna worry?
Exactly.
It might be a little tough, but I know that I
Yeah.
can do it.
I feel like a lot of people worry about stuff that they have no control over.
And that's one thing that I learned to let go of a lot, like not trying to stop controlling the uncontrollable.
Exactly.
Because you go mad. Like you're never gonna be able to do it. And
Exactly.
you're gonna lose. You're gonna stress yourself out, and trust me, it's gonna be bad for you.
Yeah, man.
So you just gotta take it. What you can't control, you can't control.
But you can control yourself.
But you could always control yourself, definitely,
Yeah.
bro. Like for me, sometimes when I'm doing loans, there's stuff that is out of my control. But I'm so passionate about helping my clients that like it kind of like, I want to be able to help them so much. I want to be able to change this. Hey, I can't. It's out of my hands.
Exactly.
I could only do what I could do, and that goes for
Yeah.
anything in life. Like like why take on like extra burdens when you know that you can't solve them?
Yep. Make your life easier, man.
No, that's crazy. So earlier we were talking about you looking to join the police force, bro.
That's right, man. I don't really want to put out what department because my background.
No.
investigator,
We
but-
won't say anything. Nah,
But it's within the city of San Diego, within the county, San Diego.
no, definitely.
But because the reason I want to go into police work is, I already deal with at-risk youth, and I think like we said, San Diego is so untapped, man.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
there's a lot of kids out here who don't have the resources they need to get out of some of the situations that they're in. You know, all these kids up in LA have these, these intervention programs and stuff like that, but nobody ever thinks about the kids in San Diego.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and a lot of kids from San Diego have to go up there for it.
Right.
And so what I want to bring to the table is, first of all, I've always wanted to be a part of the police force and serving my community. So what I want to do is I want to go into the community and work with at-risk youth and like maybe be like a school resource officer or something and like show these kids that there's more to what they're doing in life, and being greater and being bigger and, giving them that positive light. And then also having people view police officers in a different way. Because I feel like there's this big stigma nowadays on
Yep.
and how people view police officers.
Like you almost like people are entitled to be dicks to the police because they're police, and like they think that polices are after them. But that's the thing that pisses me off, because I'm like I'm not, I don't see myself like that, and I couldn't be like that, because at the end of the day they have a job,
Exactly.
and that's what they're trying to do. You know,
Exactly.
and if you abide by what they say, hey, they've been in situations where it's really, really like, you know, crazy,
Yeah.
and like they don't know what to expect. So
Yeah.
that's how they got to go into every situation, because
Exactly.
you really don't know what you're gonna get into.
I could imagine it's tough for a police officer to trust anybody with the things that
You
they
know
see
what I
daily.
mean?
You
And
know?
then that judgment you got to make in a split of seconds. You know,
second.
it's crucial, man.
Yeah,
And we're
man.
only human.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day. And it's funny because you posted that video of how you need to talk to a police officer, and I
Yeah.
actually looked at it. I'm like, you know what? That's true. If you
Yeah.
just listen to what the fuck they're trying to tell you, give me your registration, give me your license, but you know, put your hands where I could see them. Everything's gonna be okay. You're gonna be
Exactly.
on your way. You're gonna be on your way,
Exactly.
and then we're gonna call it a day, and everybody goes home safe.
Exactly, man. I've had my share of getting pulled over, and
You're like,
and-
all right, you got pulled over today.
I
huh?
got pulled over today, and luckily, luckily my friend in the passenger seat's a police officer,
Oh, okay.
so that was a plus. So if anything did go wrong, he probably would have had my back.
Yeah,
but,
no, definitely.
But yeah, man, like just being polite, and it goes a long way, man. Having respect, because if you know, police officers are human beings.
No,
you know
at
what
the
I'm
end of
saying?
the day,
They
of
have,
course.
at the end of the day, they have a wife and kids to go home to.
No.
You know what I'm saying? They're regular people too, and you know, as a human being, you just wanted to be treated right. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? You just want to be treated with some
That-
respect.
After taking off all the titles, taking off all
Yeah,
the, you
man.
know, all the accolades or whatever, you're a human being.
Exactly.
And everybody deserves
Yeah.
to be treated
Exactly.
the way that they need
Yep.
to be treated,
And,
with
like,
respect and courtesy.
These guys go their day serving the community with people already hating them, with,
Yeah.
with them already having a target on their back.
Definitely.
So just make their life easier, and just, you know, if you were wrong, you were wrong. Accept it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you were speeding, you were speeding.
Yeah, don't be a dumbass because you knew you were
Yeah.
doing it.
And then if you think otherwise, that's why we have a judicial system.
There it is.
You know what I'm saying? So you could always go to court. But luckily, I got out of that ticket with a warning today.
Bam.
And I think it was due to my respectfulness
Yeah,
at the same
always.
time, you know, and you know, he let me off with a warning, and which is good because for my background investigation.
You don't need any
with-
of that shit.
yeah, with the
Trying
with
to be
the
a
police
cop and you're getting tickets?
yeah, but man, respect and politeness anywhere goes a long way.
Dude, right there. I agree with you, brother. Like, you can never go wrong with that, and that's always going to open up doors for you.
Oh yeah,
You know what I
man.
mean?
Like, I don't care who you are. Like, even in the military, I noticed, like, just because you hold a certain rank or a status
Yeah.
doesn't give you the right to be a
It
fucking
doesn't.
asshole.
It doesn't.
You know what I'm saying? Same thing for police
On the
officers,
contrary,
you know what I
it
mean?
gives you a higher level to know how to treat people in a better way.
Exactly.
Because you're in a position of power. You're in a position of
Exactly.
leadership.
Yeah.
So you got to lead people, man.
Yeah,
And
man.
like, that's the biggest thing. Like, a lot of people don't have directions, and they're gonna go about things different ways. But if they have a solid leader that they can actually respect, look up to, and relate
Exactly.
to, bro, you have a big power in your hands to actually move people forward and help them.
That goes a long way, man.
Definitely.
That brings me to like one of my favorite sayings is you cannot command motivation.
Never.
You can only inspire it.
Dude, I think I saw that the other day. I don't know if you were
Yeah.
the one that posted it or something. But
I don't know, but
I did
love
hear
that.
Yeah, it makes sense, bro. Because that's like all I'm trying to do out here is just like inspire for you to get motivated. Because I
Yeah.
know I can't motivate you. You can only do that yourself.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. But some people need that extra push. I'm one of those people who need that extra push. You know what I'm saying? I need that group of friends who's gonna be like, go.
See, for me, bro, when I started doing these videos and putting myself out there, I was only doing it because I needed to motivate myself, you know? And
Yeah.
I'm always been like, you know, like I said, my biggest critic. So if I put something out there and I didn't do it, mom didn't raise no bitch.
That's right. That's
You know
right.
what I mean? So now I'm
Yeah.
putting myself out there with the credibility that I gotta do this.
Exactly.
And then, you know, people started showing me love,
Yeah.
telling me, hey, I like what you're doing. I fuck with what you're doing.
Hell
Keep
yeah.
doing it. I'm like, man, maybe my responsibility just came a little bigger. Like, maybe I'm not just doing this for myself. You know,
No,
some
man.
people really need that motivation. more
Eyes
than-
are always
you know?
on you, man.
You know what I mean?
People, whether you know it or not, people are watching you.
Oh, of course,
You know
bro.
what I'm
And
saying?
whether or not like showing you love or like telling you
Yeah.
this, telling you that, bro, people
Yeah.
are looking and they're listening.
People are reading you. People are talking about you, whether you know it or not.
And
it's
people
like,
smell bullshit from miles away, bro.
Oh,
So
yeah.
when you're like not genuine, they already know that
Oh,
you're like
man.
doing it for the wrong reasons. You know what I mean?
You could definitely. You can't bullshit a bullshitter.
Never, bro. I know, but the funny thing is, like, I came from being a bullshitter.
Right.
That now I actually bullshit people, but with the truth. You know, like
Right,
I already
yeah.
have the skill of being able to like tell my shit, but like now I'm gonna tell you some real shit. You
Exactly,
know,
man. You know, like and like I say all the time, is like sometimes you got to tell people what they got to hear. Not what they want to hear, but what they got to hear.
Whether they like it or not,
Whether
someone
they
has
like
to tell
it
it
or
to them.
not,
And
you know what I'm
that's
saying?
something I give you big props on, bro, because you're never going to sugarcoat anything that doesn't need to be sugarcoated.
Hell no,
because
man.
you got to let them know exactly how it is if they're really going to understand it.
Yeah, and if you don't like it, that's your
off.
personal issue, man. Like,
it sounds
I'm
like it just goes to show where your mindset is at and where your thoughts
like,
are at.
I speak the truth, man. And if you can't accept what I'm trying to give to you or say to you, then that's something you got to deal within.
No,
you know
definitely.
What I'm saying? So,
all right, so we're getting to the end of the show. Is there anything that you want to touch on subjects before I hit you with our new segment called the lightning round?
Dang.
Yeah.
I saw this. No, man, I think we pretty much touched on some good ones, man.
Yeah,
I
man.
love it,
I really enjoyed this.
I love this energy. I
Yeah,
love this
man.
show. I love the energy. You know what I'm saying? Man, I'm gonna spread the word about this, man.
Yeah, man. Like that's the
you're
only
doing
thing.
good things,
That's the
man.
only thing that we ask for is just share it with a friend, and that's actually the only fee I have for this podcast.
Yeah.
Tell a friend.
Yeah.
If you have 2 friends, tell your 2 friends, and if 2 friends is all you have, then shit, tell all your friends.
You're inspiring a lot of people, man.
Thank
I
you, man.
respect that.
I
dude,
really,
so.
really appreciate that.
Of course,
So
man.
that being said, Marco M squared. Let's get to it.
Man, this is exciting.
All right, let's go. You don't get to see these motherfuckers.
Ah, shit.
All right, man. Please spell diverticulitis.
Diverticulitus. IOUS.
Wrong.
Damn.
All right.
That was a tough one.
Shit, I know exactly. All right. What do wood and alcohol have in common?
Wood and alcohol. Damn, I don't know, man. That's a tough one. Fuck, I don't know. Damn, what the hell? They both
right.
smell weird? I don't know.
If Uber and Lyft were priced at the exact same, which one would you choose?
Uber.
Ooh, Uber.
All day,
All
every
right,
day.
all right. All right. When a hot dog expands, in which direction does it split and why?
I'd say it just bursts out like a bomb.
All right. If you could be a superhero, what power would you possess?
Oh, man. The power to read other people's mind.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. What song best describes your work ethic?
Grinding all my life.
Oh,
R.I.P.
okay.
Nipsey Hussle.
Hey, R.I.P. Nipsey Hussle, bro.
R.I.P.
Right
Nipsey
there, bro.
Hussle.
Big fucking influencer. Shout out my boy
Yeah.
Nipsey, man. All right. What was your best MacGyver moment?
Oh, man. Damn, I'm not really, good with putting shit together. We got these cots in the military that you got to, pull apart and, stick together. So I'd probably say that, man.
Yeah, let's go with it. All right. If you were a CEO, what are the first 3 things you check in the morning?
To see if my employees were good, to see if they were taken care of. To see where our finances are at, and then to see if there's food in the break room.
Hey, good thing you're in the military, bro.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
All right. If you were a brand, what would your motto be?
What would my motto be if I was a brand? Hustle and motivate.
Hustle and motivate. Fuck yeah. Shout out Nipsey Hussle.
Shout out Nipsey Hussle again.
All right. So right here, you're going to repeat after me, and then you're going to finish off the sentence, okay?
Okay.
All right. I am Michael,
I am Michael,
and I get my energy from...
and I get my energy from other people.
Hey, there it
From other
is.
people.
All right, man. That concludes the show, bro. I fucking
Oh,
love
man,
that you
this was
came by.
great.
For everybody out there, go ahead and check out our podcast. And we actually also had in the past shows Sebastian OG, Eric V, Adrian. It's all available on Spotify and YouTube. So make sure you go check that out. And this one will be out by Monday. So make sure you check that out too. And I actually got to give a big shout out to my boy. He's actually be performing at the Chula Vista Brewery April 11th around 8 p.m. Big shout out to Rottweiler. Big shout out to Sebastian. Big shout out to Trey Mills. And, they're all going to be performing. So make sure you guys go check it out. It's going to be a hot show. Sebby's been working on some fire. Trust me. You guys don't want to miss it. That being said, guys, this podcast is to help people get off their fucking couch, do what they got to do, because you never know whose story is going to resonate with you and make you get off your fucking feet and start getting to work, baby. So with that being said, guys, thank you for tuning into the Energy Podcast. I am your host, Brian Landeros. This is my guest, Mike. We out, baby.
We out.
Woo! Thanks, bro. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me, man.
Of course, bro. That was dope.
Yeah, man.
Fuck that. Oh, yeah, we out.
Yeah.